What's going on, family? Samuel Genus here with Predict Your Business, where I help entrepreneurs just like you wear less hats and grow your business in a predictable way. This is day number 3. Me and my wife are enjoying ourselves on our 2.5 week vacation, or maybe even workcation, because I'm still getting a little bit of work done. But we're here in Miami Beach. This is day number 3. We're going to be here for a couple of days, and we're going to take a plane, and we're going to head to Jamaica, West Indies, and then we'll come back and hang out some more in Clearwater Beach, Florida. And then we'll head back home and plan our next trip, because this is the life we want to live. But today, I want to talk to you about, in this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of personal development. The importance of personal development. Many of you want to move to the next level. But in order to move to the next level, it will require that you undergo a certain amount of personal development that will move your mind to that next level, that will move your education to that next level, that will move your expectation to the next level, right? Because many of us are operating at the level we're operating simply because that's where we're at. And in order to move to the next level, your mind has to move to the next level. And you can't do that without personal development. Your character has to improve. Your discipline has to improve. Your tenacity has to improve. Your resourcefulness has to improve. Your communication skills has to improve. Your network has to improve. Your inner circle has to improve, right? So all of these things need to improve. And the only way it's going to improve is if you increase your personal development. You have to basically become a better person. I'm not saying that the person you are right now is stupid and dumb and ignorant. It's just that you have to become better. If you want to move to the next level, you have to grow to the next level. That means you have to learn something. One of the things that I've heard by a mentor, he said, what you've been doing got you where you're at. But the same things that you're doing is also preventing you from getting where you need to be or to that next level, right? You've been doing A, B, and C, that got you to level 5. But in order to get to level 10, you can't do A, B, and C. You need to come up with D, E, and F, right? And so what you've been doing to get you here is also what's keeping you from getting to the next level in your business, the next level in your marriage, the next level in your relationships with your children, things of that nature, right? Because, certain vehicles can only take you so far, right? It's like, hey, you could take a car. We drove our car all the way to Miami, right? We did a little road trip, had a lot of time to communicate, had a lot of time to talk with, my wife, and we had some great conversation. We stopped. We wasn't in no rush, and because we left early enough to drive and to take our time, stay at different hotels and just relax, right? But we made it to Miami Beach, right? And guess what? That car that got us here to Miami, it can't get us to Jamaica. We have to get on a plane. And so now we have to park the car and get on a plane because the car can't float on water, right? And so y'all get the point? My car was able to get me to Miami. But now I got to get on a plane because we got to go over the water. And there's no long bridge, right? It's just water. So now we got to get on a plane. The same way it is in your business, in your marriage. There's certain books that can get you to a certain point in your relationships, in your business, in your finances, in your spirituality. But then you have to grow. You need another vehicle. You need to learn something else, right? You're trying to make, $100,000, all right? So you need A, B, C, and D. But when you're trying to get to 1 million, you need a completely different strategy, a completely different personality, a completely different roadmap, right? And so this is why personal development is so important. And personal development is it's things that you need to learn. What is it? It's almost like, how do I say it? Personal development has many levels to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Personal development has many levels. As they say in the streets, there's levels to this, right? There's levels to personal development. And some of you like, hey, well, I read a book already. I did this already. Yeah, but that was enough to get you where you are now. But now you're trying to go to a higher level, which means you're going to have to dig even deeper. You're going to have to expand your horizon. You're going to have to expand your mindset. You're going to have to expand your perspective. You may have to expand your version of the product. You may have to expand your strategy. You're going to have to rethink some things. You may have to change your pricing, right? And many of you don't want to charge more because your head is still small, right? You don't think you're worth it. You know what I mean? Maybe you're not worth it at this stage, right? Maybe you're still playing small because that's where your mind is, right? Maybe you don't have enough customers to give you those bragging rights, to help prove to the market that you're worth $200 an hour or $400 an hour, right? And so you still have to do what it takes. You have to learn whatever it is you need to learn. You have to become whoever you have to become to get to that point. So what I've done is I made a commitment to reading 3 books a week. I've made a commitment to reading, 3 books a week, whether it's books on business, whether it's books on relationships, whether it's books on communication, whether it's books on spirituality, whether it's books on parenting, because the better I become, the more I know, the more resourceful I will be, the better my strategies will be, the better my perspective and my outlook on things will be. You can take 2 people and put them in the same situation. Guess what? And that situation can kill one of them and the other person will prosper in that situation. Same situation, different perspective, different mindset, different outlook on things, right? They saw the same thing, but had a different perspective. And I know that if you really think this through, right, and you really consider what I'm saying, you will discover that some of you have friends, you have people in your inner circle, and they're facing similar things. And when you begin to talk about those things with them, you'll notice that their personality or their perspective may be negative, while yours is positive, or yours may be negative, while theirs is positive. You can just see that people respond to different things differently, right? And that's because of the way their, perspective is. Now check this out. I actually heard, I think his name is Caleb Maddox. He's a 17-year-old kid. He's crushing it on the internet, 17 years old. He's destined to be a millionaire. He's probably a millionaire already. But he said something that I thought was really interesting. He says, I'm going to make a difference in the world because I'm different. And I was like, oh man, that was just smooth. He's like, I'm going to make a difference in the world because I'm different. Right? Many of you want to make a difference in your family. You want to make a difference in the world. You want to make a difference in your community, but you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing, right? You have the same perspective, the same negative outlook. You have the same limitations that they have. No, you have to be different. You have to be positive. You have to be resourceful. You have to have your ducks in a row. You have to plan better. You have to strategize better. You have to have a stronger network. These are the things you have to do if you want to go to the next level, right? And personal development is what's going to get you there, right? I heard somebody say, you know what? Rise up before the sun. Wake up when it's dark. You make sure that you're the sun. You know what I mean? Don't wait for the sun to rise. You be the sun and you rise. And I think these things are very good to understand because many of you, you're waking up at 11 o'clock in the morning. You're waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're not really serious about where you're headed. You're not serious about who you're getting your advice from. You're not serious. You're not challenging your own thoughts. You're not challenging your own limitations. You're not pushing. You haven't gotten to the point where pain has become your best friend. You haven't gotten to that point. You haven't gotten to the point where you look at pain with a smile on your face because you know that behind every pain, when it comes to like working out, when it comes to like building your business, that behind every pain there's success, right? You know that behind every pain. And so those things don't scare you. And some of you, you're afraid at pain. You're afraid at struggle. You're afraid at conflict. You're afraid of disagreements. You're afraid of setbacks. You're afraid of challenges. And you have to look at these things from a different perspective. And that's why it's important to undergo personal development, because you will discover when you undergo personal development, when you learn, when you study yourself and you learn how to become a better version of you, a better version of you. That's all I'm talking about. When I say personal development, I'm simply talking about a better version of you. You have to become a better version of you. Many of you are divorced, right? And let's be honest, you're divorced because of you. Oh, people, oh, well, my spouse was an idiot. Well, why did you marry the idiot? You know what I mean? Why did you find that idiot attractive? How come you didn't take, how come you didn't pay attention to the warning signs? You feel me? How come you didn't pay attention to the red flags? Did you even recognize the red flags? You see, if you was a better person, you would have been able to recognize some of these red flags. If you had better discipline, you wouldn't have been caught up in the emotional aspect of love. You would have been a person who would have been, you know, showing some love, but you would also be paying attention to the red flags, and you wouldn't be so on an emotional high that you lose all sense of reason. Because, you know, they tell you when you're in love, right? That in love feeling where you're emotionally attached and all that, and kind of like reason goes out the window, you know, that only lasts about 2 months. I mean, about 2 years, according to statistics, right? It only lasts about 2 years. And when the 2 years is over, you begin to see the person for who they really are. But guess what? They was always that person. It's just that you wasn't viewing them that way because you was quote unquote in love. But personal development will help you be better at relationships. It will help you better in the dating scene. It will help you to recognize red flags quicker. You will have the discipline to be like, you know what? You know, there's an emotional attachment that I have, but at the same time, that's going to kill me. So I need to stay away from that. Yes, he's handsome. Yes, she's cute, but they got some baggage, and I ain't got time for that kind of baggage. That baggage is going to pull me down. That baggage is going to slow me down. That baggage is going to kill my dreams. That baggage is going to hurt my self-esteem. So what I need to do is I need to protect my future. I need to protect my future. I need to protect my success, my progress. And so I'm not going to enter a relationship with that person. I'd rather stay by myself until I find the right person. Feel me? That's personal development. That's personal growth. And so for all of you, I just want to encourage you, undergo personal development. Don't go through 2019, 2020, and the rest of your life not paying attention to yourself, not paying attention to your pros and cons, not paying attention to the areas that you're good at, the areas that you're bad at. Perfect your areas of imperfection. I'm not saying you got to be perfect in everything, but you just need to be self-aware, and personal development will help you to be self-aware. All right. So read those books, watch videos, surround yourself with people who can help you and challenge you, and won't just be kissing your butt all day, but people who will tell you who you really are. Right. You need to surround yourself with that. Surround yourself with people who's at a higher level than you, who can motivate you and pull you up. Right? That's what you're going to need, because guess what? You bring you into your business. And if your head is all messed up and your perspective is all messed up, and you got pride issues and humility issues, and you got, you know, you can't receive constructive criticism, and you have unreasonable expectations, and you are the type of person who, you know, you don't plan, you don't strategize, you just do, and then you keep wondering why you're failing, you need to undergo some personal development. All right. This is Samuel Genus with Predict Your Business. I will see you in the next video. Take care.